The following is brought to you by Sports Radio New York.
Joining us right now on Sports Talk 1240, former Jet quarterback Ken O'Brien. Ken, how you doing? Mike Carver, Sports Talk 1240.
Mike, fine. How are you doing?
Great, Ken. How's it going out there in California?
Good. It's a little bit earlier here, back here than it is for you guys. So just another beautiful day in sunny California.
Another beautiful day. Ken O'Brien played for the Jets from 83 to 92, 24th pick in the famous quarterback draft of 83. And a couple quick ones here, Ken. I know a little late in the hour, but we'll get everything we need to get done. You were a first-round pick. Talking Jets with Mark Sanchez. How is it being a high pick, adjusting to coming into the NFL? You were in Division II, University of California, Davis. How was it for you your first year coming in the NFL, adjusting to the new scene?
Well, the best part really about it is that you go from being a poor school kid to put some money in your pocket, truthfully. And other than that, I mean, the football part, it's something as most guys, as young kids, you just dream of going out and playing football, every night I dream about playing NFL, in the NFL with the guys like Joe Namath, like Bart Starr, like Johnny Unitas, you name it. And all of a sudden you're getting your chance and you get there and it's a little surreal. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, and once you're there and you get up to speed, it starts coming. The preseason is I think we put a little too much emphasis sometimes on preseason because it's just extended practice. It's reps, and it really means nothing other than just getting a little work in, and it doesn't really count for about 3 more weeks here. But it's sure the best time of year. College football's coming up, NFL's getting ready to start, and I look forward to it every year.
Nothing like it, right? The greatest sport in the world.
I think so.
Before we get into the current stuff, just a couple quick hits on your career. Can you give me a couple thoughts? Obviously, everybody probably asked you about the famous, legendary 51-45 overtime game against Miami in '86. What sticks out to you most about that game? What kind of memories you got on that one?
It's nice of you to remember, but it was so long ago, truthfully. It was great. It seems like we always had those games with Miami, and for some reason, with Dan playing down there, they would always score a lot, and we had to get out of our... we were a much more balanced team with Freeman. We were, a 50-50 run-the-ball team. That's what Joe and then later Bruce Coslet were comfortable with. So when you get behind, you got to throw it, and we kind of came out of that shell a little bit and did things that, we had some pretty good guys outside. And our offensive line did a great job, and Wesley and Al Toon just made a lot of plays for us. And later on, Rob, of course, as well. So it was one of those things where we didn't have much of a choice. Either start firing it around and try to catch up and overtake, or it's going to be a long day. And it seemed like against Miami, it always built up into one of those exciting games.
You guys had a lot of great battles with Miami in your day, right? What was it, last game in '91? Did you guys beat them to get into the playoffs that year?
We did. I think we had to beat them. Yeah, it came down to the last game of the year, and we had to beat them to get in the playoffs. And right at the end, great play. Rob Moore made a great catch, kicked a big field goal, and that was it, and it was all over. So it didn't look good till that point, but it just shows you. It's funny that when we were in New York, it seemed the best we ever. I don't know about the best, but it seems like whenever we're in a 2-minute drill, we always perform pretty well, and I think that's a direct correlation between the coaches. They get you prepared what you're going to do, and then it's also players just making plays when you have to, because you can't script any of that. You're just out there calling plays and going as fast as you can, and guys have to make plays at big times. And for some reason, that was always when we had a lot of big catches, a lot of big runs, and I was the recipient, fortunately, of a lot of good things in those situations.
And I know after you retired, I remember listening to you when you were on with Rob last time. You spent some time down at USC, right? Assistant coaching?
I did. I helped out. I coached quarterbacks there when Carson Palmer was just starting out, and then recruited Matt Castle, who's now down in Kansas City, and a few other kids over there. Just had an opportunity to meet some really, really nice kids, as well as talented football players. It's a blast to watch them play now, and every Sunday, my wife and I get around the TV and get to see how those two guys are doing, as well as watching the Jets.
Because I know the last time you were on, that was before the big Matt Castle explosion last year. So I wanted to ask you, how did it feel seeing Matt have so much success last year with the New England Patriots?
It was just great. I think it, like I said then, it couldn't happen to a better kid. Both those kids, Carson and Matt, are the kind of kids that, I'm grateful to call friends, and if they were your sons, they act the way that you want your own kids to act, and you're really proud of them. They come from great families, they have great wives, and And there's just there's a contrast in careers. Carson, of course, has always been groomed as the next great quarterback. He's got everything, all the physical tools you can want, and physically, he's as good as anybody that's out there, and mentally is too. He's got to stay healthy and get some people around him. And then Matt, of course, is just a classic example of perseverance. He's always been a great player and always believed in himself, but it's hard when coaches make decisions that don't go your way to keep fighting, day after day after day, and he did that, and he made it to the point where almost, he uses that to spite people who didn't believe in him quite as much as he did. So he went after him, and he stuck with him. He had his chance, and he lit him up and showed what he could do, and he deserves all the accolades he got. He deserves a new contract, and it's going to be he's in store for a different year now. Now he's the guy who's coming off the bench, and when you're in that position, a lot of new things happen. But it's always a learning experience for him. He's a young kid, and I think he's going to do great in Kansas City.
Staying with the USC theme, obviously your old team, the New York Jets, made a big move in the offseason. They trade up in the draft, and they draft Mark Sanchez, big-time quarterback out of USC. Did you get to see Mark any last year over there on the coast?
Of course, their games are on, so I did get a chance to watch him a little bit, and he's good friends with both Carson and Matt, so I had actually watched him work out a couple years ago, and he's another kid who's fits the same mold. He's a great kid. He's got a great personality. He comes from a real strong, solid family, and he's got a lot of ability. So they all have a lot of the same things going on for him, and I think the only thing that's going to it takes time. It takes time when you haven't played. I mean, Mark with everybody else at SC, Mark played 1 year and did a great job, and it's just experience. There's you can watch as much film as you want to watch, and you can get as many reps in practice, but you really need to see yourself on the field in game situations. And I think he's only going to get better and better every week. And I think it's also exciting for the Jets. It seems, although I haven't been back in a while, and I follow it a little bit when the coaching change, it seems like it's given them a breath of fresh air for whatever reason. And